ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So in the last few days, we have been submerging our heart in the beautiful childhood pastimes of Nanda Gopal, Yashoda Nandan. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has said, Harinama tuva aneka swarupa, Harinama tuva aneka swarupa, Harinama tuva aneka swarupa, Harinama tuva aneka swarupa, Yashodanandana Anandavardhana Nandatanaya Rasakupa. Generally we say, Krishna, you have many names. But Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, oh Harinam, you have many forms. He doesn't say, Krishna, you have many names. He says, oh holy name, you have many forms. Harinama tuva aneka swarupa. Instead of telling the forms, you have many names, bahuni santi namani, rupani cha sutasyate. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, oh Harinam Prabhu, you have many forms. Because between the form and the name is more powerful. Because if we have the form without the name, then we can't identify the form. But if we have the name without the form, we can chant the name and the form will manifest. We can see the classic example in the Ramayana, where Surpanakha, she attained the form, but she never did Nam Bhajan. She never chanted the holy name. She was never chanting the name of Ram, but she attained the form, and therefore she was not able to appreciate, and she didn't attain actually in real sense, in a devotional sense, the lotus feet of Ram. But on the other hand, we find Shabari. She was chanting the holy name, and that holy name got in the form of Sri Ram into her wonderful hermitage. So if the name is there, then the personality Sri Ram will come, Krishna will come. But if the person, the roop is there, but the Naam is not chanted, we will not identify. Shishupal and Jarasandha and Dantavakra, they had the form of Krishna, but they never did Harinam. So therefore they never recognized. Ravana also had the form of Ram, but he never recognized. Vibhishan chanted the holy name, therefore that took him to the form. Vibhishan Sharanagati. So if we have two options, on one side we have the name, Harinam, and on the other side we have the form of the Lord. Then Shastra says the intelligent one is he who will pick the name of the Lord over the form of the Lord. We want the holy name. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Harinama tuva aneka swarupa. Oh holy name, you have many forms. Instead of saying the person has many names, he says, oh Harinam. Even Sri Rupa Goswami Pad in Namashtakam, he talks about Vachyam and Vachakam. He talks about the holy name and the form. Nam and Nami. And he says between the two, the Nam, the name is more prominent, more significant. And that Ratna, that name we all have in our lives, it is more valuable than having Krishna in our lives, the form of Krishna. Because if Krishna appears before us, it's not that he will always come with like a little halo behind his head and effulgence and coming out. We may not even recognize. He may pass through us in our life and we may never recognize, because it is eyes of love that are needed to recognize him. But if we have Harinam with us, on the power, Kirtana Prabhave Smarana Hoive, on the power of the name, the form will manifest. So Harinam is a greater wealth than even having Sakshat Darshan. Because it is Harinam which brings one there. So then, one form Bhaktivinoda Thakur talks about is Yashoda Nandana, Ananda Vardhana, Nanda Tanaya Rasakupa. O Krishna, as baby Krishna, you are Yashoda Nandan, you are Nanda Tanaya, the son of Nanda Maharaj, the son of Yashoda, and Ananda Vardhana. You increase joy in their lives because you are Rasakupa, your reservoir of all joy. Krishna starts to walk around in the pastimes. And Mother Yashoda has now introduced a very interesting personality in Krishna's life. Who is that? Langot. Krishna's kopin, Krishna's undergarment. Because till now he was crawling around and he was not wearing any dress because he was a little baby. Now he has started to walk around. So Mother Yashoda has started to cover Krishna with a little kopin. And Shastra describes Matra samparidhapitam sukutukam Shraddhaluta chetasa Pītam charu kati tati samuchitam shlakšnati sukshmam dhatim Sanabhyasan vashad upadravakari tyakranda dīnānana Panibhyam apasarayan atitaram maturmude vartata. Mother Yashoda put a kopin, put a langot for Krishna. So one piece of cloth that goes around his navel and one piece of cloth that goes between his legs. So what type of cloth did Mother Yashoda pick? Matra samparidhapitam sukutukam shraddhaluta chetasa pitam. She picked a yellow cloth. Charu kati tati samuchitam. According to the dimensions of his body. And shlakshna ati sukshmam dhatim. It's extremely soft so that it doesn't hurt Krishna's body. And at the same time, it's silken cloth of high quality. And it's not too loose and it's not too tight. And the width is proper, the length is proper. So Mother Yashoda mapped all of that very well and put one cloth, one piece around Krishna's waist. So Damodar Leela took place at this age. She had a rope of her cloth which went around his belly. She didn't have to run behind him this time. So she put that one piece and another piece she put it between his legs, and now Krishna starts to walk and he feels some discomfort because he feels something is coming in the middle as he's walking and it's very uncomfortable. Sa anabhyasa vashat, because Krishna has no abhyas, because Krishna has no practice of walking with a langot or a kopin. Upadravakari. Krishna is saying this is very disturbing. Upadrav. It is causing trouble to me. Oh Maya, what is this? What hindrance have you put in my life? I'm not able to walk like before. Akranda Dīnānana, making a very sad face, he started loudly crying. There is something between you and me. You have put something that comes between you and me. It is very discomforting for me when I walk. Every step is very difficult. Mother Yashoda said, you will get used to in a few days. Don't worry. Just walk around with it. So you're growing older now, so you cannot walk around like this. Everyone's going to watch you and you're the future king. How is it going to sound? The future king of Vrindavan is walking naked around, dressed by the directions. So you cannot do this, Krishna. So you have to walk with this cloth. Krishna walked a few steps away from Mother Yashoda. And then when he looked that Yashoda Rani was not looking, then he had two hands and there are two pieces of cloth. God used his best intelligence possible. Pani bhyama pasarayan. With one hand, he removed the lower cloth, and with the other hand, he ripped the upper cloth, and both pieces fell to the ground. Pani bhyam apasarayan atitara matur mude vartata. And Krishna started running. Nangam nangam, says Surdas ji. Dressed by the directions, Krishna started running around as the cloth fell to the ground, and Krishna laughed in ecstasy. And Matuhu mude avartata. Seeing this Yashoda Rani from a distance, she put her hand to her forehead and she started laughing. He said, this child is not going to improve. Yashoda Nandan Anandavardhan Nanda Tanaya Rasakoop Shri Krishna Chandra Balgopal ki Jai. Then it is described. As Krishna started growing up, Mother Yashoda started teaching Krishna some Atiti Satkar, some hospitality. When someone comes home, Krishna, you cannot just be running around. You have to behave. When someone comes, some Atiti comes, some great soul comes, you have to bring some cup. You have to get some plate. You have to bring some pots. You have to help me at the house. So when guests are coming, they want to sit and eat. You have to bring their asan. You have to bring a little pot of water. You have to bring in a plate. a spoon, different things that are needed. Krishna, you have to bring. So Krishna said, but I have never done that before. I don't know where you have kept what. How can I bring it for you? If you say just bring a plate, how will I know where the plate is? Yashoda Rani said, therefore you have to train. Therefore you have to train. So I will tell you and you do accordingly. Krishna said, okay. Mother Yashoda first taught Krishna. Okay, that's where the plate is. That is where the sthali is, which we call as thali in Hindi, is sthali in Sanskrit. So there is thali, then there is peat, there is a sitting place, then there is a ghati, there is a pot. Somebody wants to drink water. So Mother Yashoda is showing what is kept where in the kitchen. So Krishna said, okay, this is where you've kept this is where you. So he's registering all that. Now Mother Yashoda wants to test Gopal. So she says, Sthalim Anaya Gopal. Anaya means bring. Sthalim Anaya Gopal. Go bring Sthali. So he goes, he looks around. He says, oh, that is where the thali is. Mother Yashoda says, very good, come back. Now Gopal comes back. Peetham Anaya Gopal. Peetham. Go bring that sitting place. Go bring that thing where you keep things. That little stand. Go. Krishna went, he opened and he said, this one, see, I'm pointing. Mother Yashoda said, okay, very good. You now learning what is kept where. Come back. Ghatim Anaya Gopal. Oh Krishna, oh Gopal, oh Govind, Ghatim, bring that pot or show me where the pot is. Now Krishna went back to the kitchen and he said, he pointed out, this is where the pot is. Mother Yashoda said, very good. Come back. You've learnt it. Now, not just point, I want you to go and bring it. Start practicing bringing it. So now Acharya is right. Sthalim anaya peetham anaya ghatim apyanayeti kramat yasyaivanayana kshamo bhavati tat smityaiva kinchittaram panibhyam avagrihya charu jathare samyojayan mantharam vishramanayate nayatra patuta sprishtaiva tanmunchati. Mother Yashoda says, Stalimanaya, Krishna goes, Peethamanaya, so first Thalim, then Peetha, then Ghati. So Mother Yashoda gives three instructions. Stalimanaya, Peethamanaya, Ghatim, Apyanayeti, Kramat. And Krishna, I just don't want you to bring them Kramat. I want you to bring them in the same order that I am saying. So if I say plate first, if I say sitting place next, then if I say pot after that, then in the same krama, in the same order, I want you to bring them. I want you to help me. Anaya means bring. Ninaya dhatu, to bring. Yasyaiva anayana kshamo bhavati tat smityaiva kinchittaram. Krishna smiles. He says, that is very easy. In one go, I will bring all three. I don't need individually to bring. I'm very strong. I am the brother of Balaram and I am extremely powerful. Krishna is flaunting and flexing his muscles to say, yes, I'm going to show Maya, I will bring all of them. But then when he goes there, he realizes, oh, they are very heavy. I cannot carry in my little palms. I don't have strength and ability to balance all of this. So what does he do? First, he tries to show off by, okay, I can lift it with one hand. But he's not able to lift the whole pot with one hand. He tries to lift the pot with both arms. He's somehow able to balance with it, but he's not able to walk. So then it is described, Charu Jathare. Krishna has a little cute belly. It's a little paunch here. So he lifts up the little pot and tries to balance it on his belly so that he knows like I can have the strength to lift it up. But now the problem is lifting with two arms and balancing on the belly and walking back to Mother Yashoda. Now that's a little too much work. For he who as Ananta Shesh can lift up universes, as Varahadev can lift up Mother Earth, as Giridhari Gopal Sham can lift up Giriraj Govardhan, he in his incarnation as Kurma can lift up the Mandarachala mountain. But in Braj he has a tough time lifting up plates and spoons and pots and all of this and balancing all of them. Yasya anayana kshamo bhavati tat smityaiva kinchittaram. Now Krishna is looking, Maya Yashoda is looking, and Yashoda said, what happened? Krishna's walking few steps with that big pot in his hand, balancing it on his belly. He's taking 2, 3 steps and smiling to Mother Yashoda. See, I am doing a good job. He's smiling. Smityaiva kinchittaram. He walks a few steps smiling. And then he realizes, I really need to rest. I'm very tired. Vishram anayatena yatra patuta sprishtaiva tanmunchati. He walks 2, 3 steps and he gets tired. He puts the pot down. Vishram, now it's time for rest. And then he decides, actually carrying this pot all the way up to Maya Yashoda, I think is very difficult. So what he does, from here, he just touches the pot, smiles at Yashoda and runs back into her arms. Says, oh Maya, look, you saw, I could remember the order, I could pick them up, I even balanced. Now you know I'm strong. I don't need to carry it all the way. I touched it for you. So here Acharya says things that he could lift it up very nicely, he would lift and bring it to Yashoda. And things that he couldn't lift up and balance and bring it back, he would just touch it and smile and laugh and run back to Mother Yashoda's arms. Look, Maya, I went, I touched it, and I came back. I know what is kept where. So Mother Yashoda in this way, Munchati. He would just leave it, smile, and come back and give lot of joy to Mother Yashoda. At another time, Krishna and Mother Yashoda, they are sitting and talking. Some serious life lessons are being discussed between the, the mother and the little baby. So Mother Yashoda, she has this wonderful, wonderful, loving heart where she wakes up Gopal every day by giving butter. So you can't blame Krishna. She's the one who lovingly spoilt Gopal with her affection, with her love. So she gives so many sweets, she gives butter, and Krishna wakes up with butter and sweets in his mouth. So now he loves butter, he loves sweet. So one day, Krishna was sitting and eating butter in his own home. Maya Yashoda has given him a little pot. So he's putting his hand and he's tasting it little by little. It's very tasty. Now you know how the Charu Jatare, the little plump belly has come up in his life. All glories to this butter which is filling up the stomach of the Supreme Lord, who's called Janardhana, he who feeds the hearts and the bellies for everyone. This butter is so fortunate that it is filling him up. So Krishna is one day sitting and eating butter. Mother Yashoda thinks, now I need to take his attention away from the pot and give him some life lessons. So Mother Yashoda tells Krishna, oh Gopal, I think you should start studying something in life. You should start reading, studying. You should have some writing activity every day. You should study. Krishna said, what should I study? What should I study? Maya Yashoda said, you should study Shastra. Krishna, you should study Shastra. So Krishna said, Shastra? What is that? Maya Yashoda said, those are books which talk about God. So Krishna said, God? Who's that? Who is Bhagavan? So Maya Yashoda said, he who is the creator of this whole world, he is Bhagavan. So if you read Shastra, you'll know about him. So Krishna is confused. He looks at Yashoda Rani and he said, what am I to do with him? He who has created the world, what is his relationship with me? Why should I know about him? What will I get by knowing about he who created this whole world? Yashoda Rani said, don't talk like that. You have to know about him, because if you know about him, you will get knowledge. Knowledge. So what? Asked Krishna. If I have knowledge, so what? Yashoda Rani said, then you'll become wise. Wise. So what? What will I get if I become wise? Then Yashoda said, if you're wise, if you have Shastra, if you're knowledgeable, then Virakti, then you'll be detached in this world. Krishna is thinking, I am supposed to read Shastra to know about he who created this world. Then I'll get knowledge. Then I'll get wisdom. Then I'll be detached. So what, Maya? If I become detached, so what is the purpose? Maya Yashoda said, then mukti, then you will get liberated. Krishna said, from where? Mother Yashoda said, from the cycle of birth and death and this suffering. Krishna said, I will get mukti. What comes after that? Mother Yashoda said, Ananda, joy. Krishna said, oh, so you want me to study Shastra so that I know about him, so that I will become knowledgeable, so that I will become wise, and from Gyan to Vigyan, Jnanam to Vijnanam, realization, experience. Then you said liberation? Maya said, no, no, then detachment. Yes, yes, then detachment. So I'll get detached. Then after that, liberation? Yes, yes, then you'll get liberated from this world. He's just memorized a bunch of words from this world. Yes, yes, said Maya, from this world. And then what will I get, you said? Maya said, then you will have joy, ananda. You will become supremely happy. Krishna said, Maya, if the purpose of everything is joy, then why go indirect? Why not go direct? Maya Yashoda said, what do you mean direct? This is the direct approach to find joy. What other approach is there? Now we'll see the verse. Krishna tvam patha kim pathami nanure shastram kimu nyayate tattvam kasya vibho saka tribhuvanadhishascha tenapi kim jnanam bhaktiratho viraktiranaya kim muktirevastute. So this is the whole discussion that we had till now. Krishna tvam patha, Maya Yashoda is saying. You study. Krishna says, Kim pathami? What should I study? Nanu re shastram. You should study Shastra. Krishna says, Kim u nyayate? What does it teach? Maya Yashoda says, Tattvam. It talks about the reality. Kasya? Vibho? Of the God? Who is he? Asked Krishna. Tribhuvanadhisha. Maya Yashoda said, he who created the three worlds. Krishna said, oh, okay, little boring. Okay, tenapi kim, what have I to do with him? What is my relation with him? Maya Yashoda said, by that jnanam, bhakti, atho virakti, anaya mukti. You will get all this. You will get knowledge. You will have devotion. You will have detachment. Then you will get liberation. And then ananda swarup. Then you will get joy. Krishna said, Maya, why go indirect? Why eat this way when I can eat this way? Yashoda said, what do you mean? Krishna said, if Shastra is that which gives joy, then Maya, my butter pot is my Shastra, because I don't have to go indirect. I can just put my hand inside and put the butter in my mouth and I become Ananda Sarup. I become so joyful. Dadyadini bhajami maturuditam vakyam harer patuvaha. The Acharya says, may these words of Gopal to his mother that his butter pot is his Shastra, and by eating butter from that pot, he can skip through all the intermediate steps and directly attain Ananda. May these words of Nanda Gopal and Yashoda Rani protect all of us for all times to come. Yashoda Nandan Bal Gopal ki jai. Then it is described. Krishna then started walking in the neighborhood. So one day he knocked the door of one of the motherly gopis and said, Maya, can you give me some butter? So these were days when Krishna is walking around asking. But then there came days then he stopped asking. Sri Melpatur Narayana Bhattadri has written in this regard something phenomenally beautiful about Krishna's transitioning from asking for butter to stealing butter. He writes, मम खलु बलिगेहे याचनं जातमास्ताम् इह पुनरबलानाम् अग्रतो नैव कुर्वे इति विहितमति किं देव सत्यं Deva santyajya yatyam dadigrita maharastvam charuna choranena. Sri Narayana Bhattadri writes, Krishna initially started asking for butter in the neighborhood. That can you give me butter? Can you give me butter? Can you give me butter? Then he remembered, hey, this is not good for my reputation. One time for my devotee, I came as Bali. I came as Vaman for Bali. And what did I do? I just begged for some steps. And eternally I have been called and humiliated as a beggar. People consider me as a dwarf who came to beg. Well, the whole world belongs to me. Why should I beg? I just came out of courtesy and I asked Bali for 3 steps. But people have humiliated me and called me a beggar in this incarnation. Initially, I will ask, but then before my reputation changes and I become a beggar, even in this Leela, I will go and start plundering myself. I will not care. In this incarnation, I'm not a beggar. In this incarnation, I'm a thief. I will take it before they give it to me. Sri Narayana Bhattadri has written wonderfully. So back to our context. So Krishna came and asked one motherly gopi, "Oh Maya, can you please offer me some blessing?" Maya said, "What blessing do you want?" Krishna said, "Not much. I know that you make very good butter in your house. So can you just give me a little bit, one palmful?" The Maya said, in the neighborhood, the mother said, "Pal Gopal, palmful, your palm is only so small. I can give both palms. You can eat from both your palms and I can give you multiple times." Gopal said, "Really? You can fill my palms with as much butter?" The motherly gopi said, "Yes, but there is a condition." Krishna said, "Condition?" Maya said, the neighborhood Maya said, "You have to give me something in return." Krishna said, "I don't have anything to give you. Look, there is nothing in my hand." The motherly gopi said, "No, no, I don't want something from your hand. I want something from your body." So Krishna said, "Something from my body? What can I give you?" The neighboring mother said, "Can you dance for me? Can you dance 2 minutes? You dance so beautifully. I have seen you dance in Yashoda's home. If you can dance a little bit, just spin a little and move your fingers and move your feet and move your hips a bit, baby Gopal, and you dance. And if you dance, then I will give you lots of butter." भोवत्स कृष्ण नवनीतमिदं प्रदास्ये नृत्येति कौतुकवशेन कयाचिदुक्तः नृत्यन् सुतालमभिनीतकरं सुपाद विन्यास्य चारुजननी मुदमातनोति. How wonderful. Bhovatsa, said the motherly gopi. "Oh dear child, oh Krishna." She touched the cheeks of Krishna, the chin of Krishna, the head of Krishna and said, "You don't have to ask, this is yours. Whatever butter is there in my home, it is all yours. But just little bit. Just because I'm giving it to you, you also have to give me." Krishna said, "What should I give you?" The motherly gopi said, "Bhovatsa Krishna, navanitam idam pradasye." I will definitely give you this butter. But nritya, please dance for me. Iti kautuka vashena kayachiduktaha. With enthusiasm, one motherly gopi sat there next to Gopal and said, "Can you dance for me?" She held Gopal's palms and said, "Not for anybody else, just for me. Can you exclusively dance for me?" Gopal said, "Yes." And immediately he got ready. He had bangles, he has armlets, he has necklace, he has earrings, he has waist belts, he has ankle belts. He's adjusting all of that before his dance. Gopal is adjusting his waist belts, his ankle belts. Very cute, like a dancer who's preparing for his dance. And Nrityan, Krishna starts to dance. Sutalam, the gopi starts to give the beat, the rhythm. She's clapping. "Oh, so wonderful. Look, look how soft your feet are and your palms are." And Krishna, "Who taught you all these mudras?" Krishna is speaking to the gopi and he's also turning and he's dancing. So Sutalam, as she's giving the beat, Krishna is also clapping and on the rhythm, the right rhythm, he's dancing. And not just that, Abhinita Karam Supada Vinyasa Charu Janani Mudamatanoti. He's also moving his eyebrows as he's dancing, giving different expressions on his face. and he's talking and moving his head and clapping and tinkling his ankle bells and spinning and turning and keeping the balance. And in this way, the motherly gopi embraces Gopal and said, "Thank you, Gopal, thank you. This whole pot is yours. You can take it." What happens? We will see tomorrow. Gaurav Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Yashoda Nandan, Nandanandan, Bal Gopal ki jai, Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai, Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, everyone.